Sennacherib, great king of Assyria! The nations you trust have fallen. Their gods could not save them! Do not think your walls will!
The Assyrian Empire, the most feared military force the ancient world had ever seen. They had conquered every nation they faced. Every city, every army, every god of every people they defeated had failed to stop them. Now they stood outside Jerusalem.
You are looking at 185,000 men. Not one of them is alive. No army did this. No weapon. One angel. One night. This is that story.
Hezekiah did not go to his generals. He did not count his soldiers or measure his walls. He went to the one place where none of that mattered, and he brought the Assyrian message with him and spread it before God.
That wall, one push from the ram and she'll fall like all the rest.
You are right.
Tomorrow they'll be begging us
when
to
they're
take
ready
them.
to surrender.
In the camp, no one was afraid. They had done this 100 times. Surround. Wait, the city falls.
Somewhere in the deepest part of that night, something moved through the sky above the camp. The soldiers were asleep. No one saw it coming.
One sentence. The angel of the Lord went out and put to death 185,000 men in the Assyrian camp. One sentence. One angel. One night. What does that actually look like?
185,000 soldiers. Every one of them asleep. Every one of them certain they would wake up in the morning and take that city. Not one of them would.
The Bible says it simply, the angel went out. No description of how it looked. No account of what the soldiers felt, if they felt anything at all. Just, it went out. And in the morning, they were dead. But something happened in that night. Something moved through that camp.
If anyone saw it coming, the Bible does not record them telling anyone. By morning, there was no one left to tell.
There is no record of screaming, no account of a battle, no evidence of a fight. 185,000 of the most elite soldiers in the ancient world, and none of them fought back, because none of them had the chance.
The Bible calls it a sword, a consuming fire, the breath of God. Different writers, different images for the same thing, a force that the human language of the ancient world had no adequate word for.
It took all night. Not a moment, not an instant. All night. Moving through tent after tent, section after section. 185,000 is not a small number, even for an angel.
One fire. Then, none.
The night was over. The angel was gone, and 185,000 men had simply stopped.
When the sun rose over that camp, nothing had been destroyed. Nothing had been burned or broken or thrown down. 185,000 men in perfect formation. 185,000 men who would never move again. When Hees woke up to silence, a king who had conquered the world opened his tent on a morning where his army was simply gone.
Instead, they looked out and saw 185,000 men who would never move again. The city that had prayed in the dark opened its eyes to an answer so complete it had no words.
The king who had removed his crown the night before, who had spread an enemy's letter on the temple floor and asked for help, looked out at the answer. 185,000. One night. Not one arrow fired at the city.